to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly, professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today. WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service. At Smith & Wood Wealth Management, we're proud to be part of the Rome community, where the same teamwork that wins on the court inspires our approach to financial planning and investment. Just like the Model High School Blue Devils and Lady Devils, success starts with a solid game plan. Like a trusted coach, we provide insight and guidance so you can pursue your financial goals with confidence. The Smith & Wood financial planning process centers on understanding your unique goals and creating strategies that balance enjoyment today with preparations for tomorrow's challenges. We would love to work with you to build a game plan for the season ahead.
You look exhausted.
Dude, my to-do list got the best of me. I finally sharpened the blade, trimmed the yard, raked the leaves, and then I mowed.
Yeah, me too.
Get out. You're not even breaking a sweat.
I know. My grasshopper trimmed around the yard, power vacked the leaves, and then mowed. I did all of it without leaving my seat.
I gotta get a grasshopper.
Finish fall cleanup and be ready for winter with a grasshopper mower.
Here we go again.
Welcome in, everybody, to live coverage of model basketball here tonight from inside Woodard Gymnasium, presented by Northwest Georgia Media and WLAQ, and we're glad to be with you tonight. We've got a matchup between the model Blue Devils and Armuchee Indians, so obviously no matter what the situation was, we were going to have a lot of blue in here tonight, but we got some extra because the fans from Armuchee have showed up in pretty big numbers tonight to help fill in the crowd, and we have got a great atmosphere for some basketball for this particular game. So super excited about it. But the Model Blue Devils taking on the Armuchee Indians. We'll start to dive into the matchup that we've got in your nightcap as the Model Blue Devils look to try to continue the successful night here for the folks in Model Blue. Lady Devils picked up a 58-42 win in our first game here tonight, and Model Blue Devils coming in at 16-2 overall, 8-1 in region play, which is in Region 6, Class A Division I. Meanwhile, Armuchee comes in at 1-17. They are 1-8 in region play, although that is in Region 7, Class A Division I, so they're in the same classification but in separate regions. Model comes in averaging just over 70 points a game, allowing just under 50 at 49. They have won 3 games in a row coming into this one. Armuchee, they're averaging about 36 points a game, allowing 66. They have lost their last 3. And the last game for Armuchee was an 82-28 loss at Christian Heritage. That game was on Tuesday. That Christian Heritage team's a really good basketball team. They're 15-3 right now, 10-0, and the number 1 team in the region that Armuchee plays in, Region 7. So they have faced a couple of, or will have faced a couple of really tough teams around the area once the night is said and done. Model played earlier in the week. That was on Tuesday, just a couple of days ago. They picked up a 66-54 victory against Haralson County. As a matter of fact, when you look back at that game, Model kind of struggled out of the gate. They were down by 13 points. I believe that was in the second quarter. Stormed back, again, won the game by 12 points. And I think one of the things was at play in that game was the absence of John Mason, who's got an injury. Should be back in the lineup in a week or so, injured a couple of fingers away from the basketball court. But nonetheless, it took a little while for Model to kind of get in their rhythm. In the absence of Mason, they were able to adapt and figure out a way to get the job done. But that game did not flow as a lot of people probably expected it would for much of the game. But finally, Model was able to close the door and win by double digits there when everything was said and done. As far as scoring in the game earlier in the week for Model, they would be led by Chaden Woodley, who had a quiet first quarter, but boy, once he got cranked up, there was no looking back. He was on fire. Chaden Woodley had 26 points in that game, had 3 players in double digits. Bryson Denson had 17 against Haralson County. Dominic Fraley picked up 11, and chipping in 1, you had Tyler Harrell and also Brenton Bell, and 8 points from Bryson Bell. I don't think I mentioned that yet, but good game there for the Blue Devils as they were able to come away with the victory. And again, they have won 3 in a row. We're about 7 minutes away from the start of our second game for you tonight, getting a little bit later of a start than anticipated, as the girls game was supposed to start at 6. It got pushed back because of the JV boys game ahead of it went long. And then after that, of course, in between games, we had the senior presentations. So we're running behind almost, not quite an hour, about 50 minutes behind in terms of getting this boys game started. So we're going to have a late night inside of Woodard Gymnasium tonight, but we're looking forward to watching the Model Blue Devils take on the Armuchee Indians coming up in about 6 minutes. Let's go ahead and take another break. We'll come back and we'll continue to talk over this matchup between these two teams. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly, professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today. WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service.
You look exhausted.
Dude, my to-do list got the best of me. I finally sharpened the blade, trimmed the yard, raked the leaves, and then I mowed.
Yeah, me too.
Get out. You're not even breaking a sweat.
I know. My grasshopper trimmed around the yard, power vacked the leaves, and then mowed. I did all of it without leaving my seat.
I gotta get a grasshopper.
Finish fall cleanup and be ready for winter with a grasshopper mower.
Here we go again.
you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
we're gonna take care of you.
if you ever hear these sounds or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
Hola. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up, hold up.
We're back inside Woodard Gymnasium as we welcome you back to live coverage of high school hoops between the Model Blue Devils and the Armuchee Indians, set to tip off here in about 2 minutes. So we're going to give you the starting lineups here in just a couple of moments and get things going here. But I do want to take an opportunity to recognize the crew before we start the broadcast here, or the game rather, of Model and Armuchee. We'll start with midcourt cameras tonight. Caleb Bice and Afton Taylor. On sideline cameras, you've got Clay Hardiker and Miracle Lilly. Pan, tilt, and zoom and scoreboard, Dylan Bice. Replay is Nathan Patterson. Director is Mike Garrett. I'm Matt Davis with play-by-play courtesy of WLAQ. And board operator tonight at the radio station is Lynn Butler as a part of our broadcast team for this production here. Involves a lot of people. Want to make sure that everybody gets the recognition that they duly deserve. No question about that, including our sponsors. On the radio end, we've got Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales with us tonight. On the video side, Instant Replay brought to you by Smith and Wood Wealth Management, remaining sponsors. Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales, Snodgrass and Robinson Plastic Surgery Specialists. Advent Health Redmond, also brought to you on the video side by Shannon Pharmacy, Dogwood Books, the Herb Shop on Broad, and then Duffy's Deli over in Central Plaza. So group of fine sponsors, and if you go out and patronize these businesses, make sure to tell them that you either heard it on the radio or saw it on the video stream. We certainly appreciate that, no question about it. While we got you attention for here a couple of moments, I do want to mention, if you will, we would appreciate it if you will like, share, and subscribe. Whether you're watching on Northwest Georgia Media's channels on YouTube or Facebook or WLAQ, just go ahead and like them all. That way you can keep up with all the coverage that's going on related to local sports and other topics. All right, well, it looks like we're almost at game time, running about 50 minutes behind getting this one started tonight, but for good reason. It's senior night, and of course they had senior recognitions taking place in between games, and then we had an exciting JV boys game that went down to the wire earlier. Armuchee won it on a buzzer-beating tip-in. Won that by 1 point over Model to start the night. Then the girls picked up an exciting victory over Armuchee, 58-42, and now it comes down to this. Let's give you the starting lineup here for the visiting Armuchee Indians. And they are going to be dressed out in their blue uniforms with white letters and numbers. But we'll start with Abdias Datis in the starting lineup tonight. Also number 3, Owen Buffington. Number 4, Owen Burke in the starting lineup for the Indians tonight. Also number 13, Kel Hudson. And rounding out the starting 5 for the Armuchee Indians visiting here tonight is Grayson Isham. And that is your starting lineup for the Armuchee Indians. Their head coach is Tim Puckett. Now for the Model Blue Devils playing on their home floor tonight in their home white uniforms with blue letters and numbers. And this is a surprise, as it looks like we're going to see John Mason back in the starting lineup tonight with tape on those injured fingers that we talked about, and he's going to get a real warm round of applause as he enters the playing surface unexpectedly tonight. John Mason back in the starting lineup. Also Bryson Denson, as well as number 22, Bryson Bell, number 25, Chaden Woodley, and rounding out the starting 5 for the Model Blue Devils is number 30, Dominic Fraley. Dom Fraley. And the head coach of the Model Blue Devils is Jacob Travis. And with all of that said, it is almost go time between the Model Blue Devils and the Armuchee Indians. And again, a lot of blue in the gymnasium tonight as we get ready to start this game. Really nice crowd on hand on a Thursday evening as everybody gets ready to enter the weekend this weekend. Just want to remind everybody, kind of a separate situation what we were dealing with last week, but they are mentioning the S word. I don't usually say the S word on the radio too often, but I'm about to. Snow. Potentially some snow flurries this weekend. Come on, spring. I don't want to wish away the basketball season, but I'm ready for some warm temperatures. It's brutal cold. Well, I live in the south to avoid it. Here's Bryson Bell with the opening shot. A little bit off the mark there. Blue Devils won the tip, by the way. They've got the ball. Here's Bryson Denson, fires a 3, and that one is through right out of the gate. So Model strikes first. Armuchee gets ready for their first possession of the basketball game. They'll bring it up the floor. Right now handling the ball is Buffington, stolen away. Denson in, lays it up, misses the shot, but Denson gets fouled. It is going to the free throw line. And so Model with an opportunity to improve the lead here early with Bryson Denson standing at the free throw line, who is an outstanding free throw shooter. As Model is ready to make a substitution, I would presume that John Mason, who started the game, is going to check out. Shot is on the way there for Denson, and that is what happens. John Mason checks out of the ball game after getting the start here on senior night. I mean, you got to have your seniors in on senior night, right? Shot on the way, and that one is through. Bryson Denson scores again, and Model is up to a 5-0 lead to start the ball game. Here comes Armuchee back the other way. He got him trapped in the corner. Ball is stolen away again. Here comes Dom Fraley, and he lays it in, gets fouled, and has got a three-point opportunity. The way that was opening up, I thought the rims here inside Woodard Gymnasium were getting ready to take another punishment like they got in the game against Haralson County the other day. So Dom has got a free throw coming up, trying to convert a three-point play. That goes off the back rim. Collected, though, by Bell. Puts up the shot, misses a couple. And now Brenton Bell gets the rebound, gets it to Dom underneath. Shot is up. It won't fall. Rebound picked up by Grayson Isham of the Armuchee Indians. Fires the 3 on the other end. That one's off the back of the rim. Battle for the rebound. Forces a jump ball. And the arrow is pointing in Armuchee's direction. And we get ready for the Indians to inbound the ball from the baseline underneath their own basket with 7:03 remaining in the first quarter of this basketball game. Datis will handle the inbound duties here for the Indians. Right now they're dribbling around the floor with it. Hudson's got it. Going to leave it off for Sarrett, I believe is how you say his name, Sarrett. Now to the right wing side to Isham. He starts to work towards the inside, picks up his dribble, spins around and travels. No question about that. And now we get ready for the Blue Devils to inbound the ball, already with a 7-0 lead after a 7-0 run starts the game and potentially growing. Here is Chaden Woodley, now up top to Bell, out to Brenton Bell, fires the 3 and in. Good looking shot by the senior Brenton Bell. Second made 3 of the game for the Blue Devils, first for Bell. Here comes Armuchee back the other way. Ball is nearly picked off. Model leads at 10-0, by the way. Stolen away. Here's Chaden Woodley and punishes the rim with the one-hand flush. Oh, my. And Armuchee's going to call a timeout after that one. Model leads it on a 12-0 run to start the game. Let's send it back to the studio for a 30-second timeout. Let's get another look at that.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
We're gonna take care of you.
if you ever hear these sounds, or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
Welcome you back to live coverage of high school basketball with WLAQ and Northwest Georgia Media, partnered up here for this broadcast and having a good time here tonight. Model is up. They've started the game with a 12-0 run over Armuchee, and we've played about 1 minute and 43 seconds here of the first half. So we got 6:17 left to go in the opening quarter as Armuchee gets ready to inbound the ball after taking a timeout after the dunk. Here is an inbound underneath, and the score is made there by Datis, and the run ends at 12-0. So it's 12-2. Armuchee's got their first points. Here's Bryson Bell for three. High off the rim. It won't fall. Rebound is collected by Isham. Isham will box out, clear out the lane. Gives it over to Kel Hudson, who's across the timeline. Armuchee into the lane, stolen away. Here comes Chaden Woodley taking the outlet pass there, trying to from Denson, but it goes back to Armuchee, and it looks like we've got a whistle, and it's coming back to the Blue Devils. So Armuchee turns it over, and we get ready for the Blue Devils to inbound the ball here into the backcourt. It looks like Bryson Bell is going to feed it in to Bryson Denson. Chaden Woodley now to Bryson Bell, on to Brenton Bell to the right wing side. They go to Bryson, now to Chaden, on to Bryson Bell. Wide open three for that young man. That's off the front of the rim. Here's Bryson Denson. Now Chaden Woodley works baseline, feeds it back up top to Bryson. Now to Brenton, and he almost knocks down another one, but that one goes in and out, and the rebound goes to Owen Burke and Armuchee. They send it up top to Isham, to a cutting Burke. Misses the shot, though, too strong. Nice thought. Couldn't get the finish, though. Here's Bryson Bell on the other end for Model. They work it around the perimeter to the other Bell on the floor right now. Back out to Bryson. Three-point shot, and knocks it down. Good piece of shooting there by Bryson Bell. Third made three here of the first quarter here for Model, and the lead grows to 13, 15-2. Stolen away. Brenton Bell trying to get it to Denson. Ball's poked free. Armuchee's got it back, battling for the ball. They're going to give it off to Datis. Now on to Isham inside. Turn, shoots, leaves it off the front of the rim. Rebound picked up by Dom Fraley, and now bringing it up the floor is going to be Bryson Denson. Now to Chaden Woodley on the right wing side from Bell, and he knocks down a three. Chaden Woodley. Armuchee brings it back the other way. Now work down towards the low block. The feed out to the left wing side. Now inside to Isham. Puts up the shot, left it short. Rebound picked up by Bryson Bell. A lob across to Chaden Woodley across midcourt. Now to Bryson Bell. Inside to Bryson Denson. And he lays it in. Nice kiss off the glass there for Bryson Denson, who has already got 7 points in the ball game. He also drew contact, so he's got an opportunity here for a three-point play, with Model already up 20-2, an 18-point lead, and we are just inside halfway through the first quarter of the ball game. So Bryson Denson standing up there going through his routine, ready for a free throw attempt, and that one is going to rattle through. So he's 3 for 3 from the charity stripe. He is a really good free throw shooter. Armuchee going to bring it up the floor. Surratt now to Isham. Isham fires across, and ball loose on the floor, collected by Harrell. It's now down to Bryson Bell, one-on-one underneath. Puts it through and draws the contact, so Bell's got a three-point opportunity coming up here. So Bryson Bell with a free throw shot, his first of the game coming up. And 3:46 left to go, and Model's already out to a 21-point lead in this one. So Bryson Bell converting the three-point play, another good free throw shooter at the line, and this Model team has several of them. And so we get ready for Armuchee, trailing 22 points, to inbound the basketball. Isham going to fire it to the near side, gets it over to McFadden. He drives, puts it up from the elbow, left that one short. Cross-court pass, ball got loose, knocked around on the floor a few times, and poked free. Who's coming out with it? Looks like Armuchee, and it ricochets off a couple of players, and ultimately Model ends up with it. 3:20 left to go in the first quarter. There's Zach Nichols on the left wing side receiving the pass. Now around to Chaden Woodley. He'll send it back up top to Zach. Now on to Brenton Bell. Bell back up top to Woodley. He'll work inside. Little runner for him and knocks it through. Woodley now with 7 points. Armuchee starting to work it back the other way. There's Datis with it. Nope, that was actually Fernandez. Ball knocked loose into the backcourt. It's coming back to Model as another couple subs coming into the game. It looks like we're going to see Grady Hickman and Justin Finley checking into the game here for the Model Blue Devils. So on the floor right now for Model, you've got Tyler Harrell, Zach Nichols, Justin Finley, Brenton Bell, and Grady Hickman. So all the starters are out of the game here with just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here's Justin Finley, fires the three. That one's off the side of the rim. Nichols kept it in bounds. Finley came out with it up top. Going to get it to Brenton Bell between the circles. Now on to the right wing side, and Zach Nichols. Nichols dribbles up top, gives it to Brenton. Now on to Hickman, outside to Finley. Good ball movement. Here's Nichols with a wide open three. That one's off the back of the rim. It won't fall. Isham collects the rebound, and now Armuchee to bring it back the other way. Again, all subs into the game here for the Model Blue Devils. Armuchee with the basketball, dribbling up between the circles, now going to work it towards the inside, backing up out around the perimeter, leaves it for Isham. Isham with the basketball, starts to work towards the paint, picks up his dribble, sends it left wing side, no look there, so driving is going to be McFadden, kicks out, there's Isham for three, left that one short. Picking up the rebound is going to be Zach Nichols. Now on to Brenton Bell, on to Justin Finley on the left wing side. He surveys the floor, trying to find the open players. Going to find Nichols in between the circles. Now to Brenton Bell. Bell's got it. Now up top. Nice feed over to Justin Finley from Hickman. Kicks it out. There's Nichols. Now on to Brenton Bell. Now back to Nichols. Fires the three, and that one's off the back of the rim. Won't go. Rebound's going to be picked up by Surratt there from Armuchee. Some reason having a hard time saying that young man's name. Surratt. There we go. Here's Isham with the basketball, driving towards the baseline, has the ball poked out of bounds by Hickman, and so it's going to stay, I believe, with Armuchee. So we've got 1:15 left to go here in the first quarter of the ball game. Model leads at 26-2 and already has their starters out of the game. Bounce pass goes off the leg of Hickman, so it's going to stay with Armuchee on their end of the floor. Armuchee surveys the floor. Carney going to feed it in. They get it to the right wing side. Driving with the basketball is Gio McFadden. Goes back up top. Gets it to Surratt. Surratt now back outside. Up top. Right wing. Isham going to drive towards the lane. Just trying to get a shot off, and it's hard to do against this Model defense. He gets fouled, though, attacking the rim. So we're going to see Isham go into the free throw line with an opportunity for his first points of the ball game. So two shots coming up here for Isham. First one is through. He gets ready for a second free throw with 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. Model leading at 26-3. Official cleaning something up off the floor. Maybe a little bit of moisture or something like that. But Isham getting ready to shoot his second shot here. First one, or second one on the way off the back of the iron. Rebound picked up by Datis. Spin move there by Isham. Ball is stripped, loose on the floor, picked up by Nichols. Nichols motors across the timeline, forward off the glass, and scores. Zach Nichols with his first points of the game, and Model leads at 28-3, up by 25 points. 42 seconds on the clock. We're under a minute to go in the first quarter. Armuchee with the basketball. They feed it around, get it over to Riker Surratt. Now with the basketball is Gio McFadden here for the Indians. Now they work at the left wing side, driving in, trying to get it to the rim. He gets fouled, so we're going to see Gio McFadden going to the free throw line. And if you're Armuchee, not a bad strategy here, trying to attack inside, get contact, get some open looks, because against the model defense so far in this game, it has been tough sledding for Armuchee to get any open looks against this defense. Gio misses the first free throw, the freshman does, gets ready for a second free throw here in just a couple of moments here for the Indians. Second shot on the way, that one's going to rattle through for McFadden. And so the Blue Devils are back the other way. They go to the near side to Finley. Here is Hickman trying to drop it underneath over to Tyler Harrell. Pass was picked off. Ball was knocked out of bounds there by Model, so Armuchee set to inbound from the near side sidelines. Tate Carney set to feed it in, and he's going to get it into Gio McFadden, who's running the point as the signal caller here for the Armuchee Indians. He gives it off to Isham, the sophomore. Now back around. 5 seconds on the clock. Armuchee's got to work quick. Here's Isham with the ball, puts up the shot, long three, and that is going to be the end of the first quarter with a missed shot. So Model leads at 28-4 after the first quarter over Armuchee. Let's send it back to the studio for a 1-minute timeout.
At Smith & Wood Wealth Management, we're proud to be part of the Rome community, where the same teamwork that wins on the court inspires our approach to financial planning and investment. Just like the Model High School Blue Devils and Lady Devils, success starts with a solid game plan. Like a trusted coach, we provide insight and guidance so you can pursue your financial goals with confidence. The Smith & Wood financial planning process centers on understanding your unique goals and creating strategies that balance enjoyment today with preparations for tomorrow's challenges. We would love to work with you to build a game plan for the season ahead.
Denson with the three-point attempt knocks it down as the first shot there of the second quarter of the ball game. Some of the starters have re-entered the game here for the Model Blue Devils. We'll give you a floor check on both teams here as time allows. But right now, Armuchee with the ball, moving it. Burke's got it, drives into the lane, puts it up, gets it to the rim, but misses the shot. Fraley picks up the rebound. Chaden Woodley's got it here for the Model Blue Devils. He starts to work, sends it right wing side to Hickman, puts up the three, misses the shot. Fraley coming in to get the rebound, gets fouled. And we're going to see Model inbound the ball underneath their own basket. Grady Hickman surveys the floor as he receives the ball from the official, triggers it in to Denson, who scores off the inbound pass. Denson now in the game has got 13 points, leads all scorers in the ball game. Model up to a 33-4 lead. Armuchee with the basketball, with it specifically is Hudson, sends it left wing side. Armuchee with it, puts it up and off the glass and through. That was Datis with his second bucket of the game, and that is the second field goal of the game here for Armuchee. Model with the basketball. Denson around to Bryson Bell, gives it to Chaden Woodley, turns around just in front of the elbow, misses the shot. And a whistle's going to be blown against the Model Blue Devils as we get ready for Armuchee to inbound the ball and bring it up the floor. Owen Burke is going to trigger it in motion here for Armuchee. Gives it off to Kel Hudson, who is now running the point. Sends it to the near side, gets it over to Owen Buffington. And now to Isham. Isham with the basketball, spins in the lane. Ball was poked free by Denson. It went out of bounds. I think they may have called a little contact there on Bryson Denson. They did. I think he slapped his hand as he was making the effort to get the ball. But set to inbound the ball is Owen Buffington. He surveys the floor, bounces it in. Isham. Ball is stolen away. Here is Bryson Bell laying it in off the glass with an easy bucket in transition. Armuchee Indians back the other way with it. Isham with it, sends it to the near side, over to the right wing. Bounce pass, no look pass to Isham, underneath, off the glass. And that is Tatis with another score. Bryson Denson Bell now on to Chaden Woodley. Puts up the three, misses the shot. Here comes Chaden again, driving into the lane, and a whistle and a foul is going to go against Armuchee. By the way, Model leads it, if you've just tuned in, 35-8. Model and Armuchee locking horns here tonight inside Woodard Gymnasium. Free throws coming up for Chaden Woodley, his first couple of free throws of the night. First one's on the way, and that one's through. He'll get ready for a second attempt in just a couple of moments as Brenton Bell checks in to the game here for Grady Hickman. Sub coming into the game here for Armuchee, checking in for Owen Burke is going to be Riker Surratt. And Chaden Woodley with one more free throw coming up here for the Model Blue Devils. Shot on the way, and that one's off the back of the rim. It won't fall. Dom gets the rebound, though. Muscles his way in and gets another bucket. That is Fraley's second bucket of the game, and Model's up by 30, 38-8. Across the timeline goes Kel Hudson. Bounce pass, trying to get it to Isham. It's picked off. Here's Bell. The outlet pass, trying to get it to Denson. Got a little out of control, and the ball goes out of bounds. It's coming back to Armuchee. Bringing it up the floor for the Indians is Hudson. Across the timeline he goes, bounces it to the left wing side to Surratt. Surratt now with the basketball, feeds it to Isham. He'll work his way inside and bangs it in off the glass. Very strong move and effort there by Grayson Isham, who gets his first field goal of the game for Armuchee. He's got 3 points in the game, made a free throw early in the game. Here's Fraley off the glass, misses the shot. Poke free, Bell comes out with it, drives in, puts it up strong off the glass, and Bryson Bell also drew the foul and has a three-point play opportunity here. So 5:11 left to go in the second quarter, and Model is back to a 30-point lead, leading at 40-10 over Armuchee. Bell puts up the free throw, knocks it through. He has made 2 of 2 from the charity stripe tonight. He's converted 2 3-point plays and is just having a big game here tonight. As a matter of fact, Bryson Bell right now, let me see if I can put some numbers together. I think he's got 11 points. Long 3-point shot on the other end off the side of the rim for Armuchee. And the ball goes out of bounds on the Model bench. So Model gets set to inbound the ball here, leading at 41-10. Biggest lead of the night. Just under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Denson across the midcourt stripe for the Blue Devils. Feeds it to Chaden Woodley. Fires the three and knocks it down. And I got to tell you, he's one of those guys that no matter where he shoots the ball from, no matter what situation, he makes it look easy. I mean, he really does. He is something else. Here is Armuchee into the lane. Surratt puts it up, hangs on the rim for a second, but then falls off. Woodley's got the ball after the rebound. He steps up, fires another three, and that goes off the back of the rim. Brenton Bell, though, gets the rebound, so Chaden's going to get another try for the pass from Bell, and he knocks this one down. So Woodley has knocked down 3 threes in the ball game, and Model leads it by 37. 47-10, Model leads it. We're going to have a timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. We're back in 30 seconds. Halfway through the second quarter of the basketball game, and Model has already amassed a 37-point lead over Armuchee. The score here with 4:21 left to go in the second quarter is Model 47, Armuchee 10, and got a lot of guys getting in the scorebook here for the Model Blue Devils. As a matter of fact, they've had 6 guys that have scored so far. Leading the way is Chaden Woodley with 14 points, including 3 made threes. But you got you got a couple of guys close behind him. I think Bryson Denson's got 13 points. More on that in a minute. But right now, Armuchee's got the ball. Some action happening right in front of our very eyes. Shot is on the way. It's off the side of the rim. It won't go. Zach Nichols has got it. After a long rebound, sends it left wing side. Bryson Bell up top to Brenton Bell. Brenton between the circles starts to dribble, sends it right wing side to Zach Nichols. Now back around to Bryson, back to Zach. Good ball movement here for the Blue Devils. Justin Finley inside of Bryson Bell, outside to Brenton Bell. Now around to Justin Finley, fires the three, goes off the top of the rim. Ball's poked out of bounds by Armuchee. We'll give you a floor check here for the Indians. They've got some new players in the game too, but Abdias Datis, one of the original starters, is in the game. You also have number 13, that's shot up, missed. Rebound is made by Surratt. He is going to lob it down, and an opportunity for a layup there in transition, and made by Kel Hudson. That moves it to 47-12. Blue Devils on the other end. Got some more subs in the game. Here's Harrell, puts it up off the glass and through. He's got a three-point opportunity here in the second quarter. So on the floor right now for the Blue Devils, Zach Nichols, Justin Finley, Tyler Harrell at the free throw line, Brenton Bell, and then now into the game for the first time is Bryson Buck, the junior. So Harrell getting ready for a free throw attempt to convert a three-point play, and he does. 50-12, Model on top as Armuchee brings it back up the floor in the hands of Kel Hudson. Now up top they go to Surratt. Now on to Hudson on the right wing side, trying to work around a screen. Ball poked free by Harrell, but it goes right back to the Indians. They drive the ball in. Good recovery there by the Indians. And I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing that young man's name. I'm going to give it a shot here in a second. Apologize for that. That's high off the back of the rim. That's a new one for me. But Nichols has got it across the midcourt stripe, bounces it to Finley on the right wing side. Now up top, high. They get it down low. Buck got to back his way in, spins in the lane, puts it up, misses the shot, but we're going to see Bryson Buck going to the free throw line. So a couple of shots coming up here for Buck. Zagrabelny is the player I was trying to search for the Armuchee Indians. Missed the first one, getting ready for the second shot for Bryson Buck. And another sub coming into the game here for the Indians. Checking in this time is going to be Rowan Campbell. Shot on the way, and that one's off the back of the rim. Campbell gets the rebound in off the bench, I believe for the first time of the game. Campbell with the ball, looks left, fires left. Now around to the right wing side they go. Get it into the hands of Carney. Good ball movement on this possession here by the Armuchee Indians. Here goes Campbell with the basketball dribbling, sends it to the left wing side. Surratt's got it, jab steps, now starts to work towards the lane, puts it up, and that rattles off the rim. Collecting the rebound is Tyler Harrell. Here's Brenton Bell, sends it over to Justin Finley. He bounces it right back to Brenton. Now to Zach Nichols, who works down towards the low block. Bounce pass underneath the Buck, puts it up, misses the shot. What a feed though by Nichols. Ball is knocked loose. It's going to stay with the Model Blue Devils. Here's Nichols for three, and it is through. That was a good looking shot there by Zach Nichols. And the score moves to 53-12 with 1:43 left to go here in the first half. Across the timeline go the Indians, trying to work around a screen. Justin Finley hits the deck, and that's going to be a foul against the Armuchee Indians. So we get ready for Harrell to inbound the basketball here for the Blue Devils. Well, actually, I think we may see free throws. Yep, Blue Devils in the bonus. No, maybe not. All right. Tyler Harrell is, after all, going to inbound the ball here for the Blue Devils as he gets ready to feed it in here in just a couple of moments. 1:37 left to go in the second quarter. Model leads at 53-12. Harrell sends it in the backcourt, gets it to Brenton Bell. Brenton across the midcourt stripe, sends it to the near side to Justin Finley. Now on to Brenton Bell. He is going to work towards the low block, gets it to Buck. Underneath, trying to feed it over to Harrell. The ball is picked off, and now Armuchee going to try to take advantage of a turnover. Now with the basketball. Fernandez, no, it was McFadden rather, gives it off to Isham. Isham with it. Going to fire it back up top. Gets it over to Carney. Carney to the near side, feeds it over to McFadden, who drives towards the baseline, tries to send it across the lane. And I believe it was knocked out of bounds, and we'll get ready for Armuchee to inbound the ball here in just a moment from underneath their own basket. They will send things in motion on offense. The pass goes into Isham, puts it up off the inbound pass, misses the shot. Zach Nichols has got it, fires across, gets it to Justin Finley. Now back up top. Nichols back to Finley on the left wing side. He'll go to work on the baseline, bounces it over to Buck. Kicks it out. Here is Nichols for three, and he knocks down another one. Second made three of the second quarter and of the game for Nichols. And Nichols has got 8 points. Model up 56-12. 35 seconds left to go here in the first half as Armuchee works it around the perimeter. Faking the shot, now fires the three. That goes off the front of the iron. Rebound picked up by Zach Nichols. 25 seconds left to go in the half. Shot clock is off. Brenton Bell takes it across midcourt. Now gives it to Finley. Now to the left wing side to Zach Nichols. Nichols on to Brenton Bell. Fakes the pass. Now sends it right wing side. Now back to him. And being passed back and forth. Here is Nichols. Fires the three and almost got it. Went in and out. But there to get his first bucket of the game was Bryson Buck. Time expires in the first half. And Model's going to lead it going into the locker room by a score of 58-12 over the Armuchee Indians. So Model up 58-12. We'll be back for the halftime show after a 3-minute timeout.
Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly, professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today. WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service.
You look exhausted.
Dude, my to-do list got the best of me. I finally sharpened the blade, trimmed the yard, raked the leaves, and then I mowed.
Yeah, me too.
Get out. You're not even breaking a sweat.
I know. My grasshopper trimmed around the yard, power vacked the leaves, and then mowed. I did all of it without leaving my seat.
I gotta get a grasshopper.
Finish fall cleanup and be ready for winter with a grasshopper mower.
Here we go again.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
We're gonna take care of you.
if you ever hear these sounds, or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
back into live coverage of model basketball tonight on the live stream produced by Northwest Georgia Media. If you happen to be watching that, or on the radio, if you happen to be listening on the radio tonight, however you're with us, as always, we welcome you in, and we're glad to have you along with us. Right now, Armuchee and Model up 58-12 here in this game. That's a non-region game for both of these teams, and we're going to break down the scoring there from the first half. Model came out very strong in this game, and they, as I mentioned, lead at 58-12. Here's how it would break down in terms of the scoring. We'll start with the visiting Armuchee Indians. They would pick up 1 point for Gio McFadden off the bench there from the free throw line in the first quarter. 2 points for Kel Hudson, 3 points for Grayson Eastrom, and their leading scorer with 6 points is Abdias Datis, the junior, racking up 6 points there in the first half of the ball game. Meanwhile, for the Model Blue Devils playing here at home tonight on senior night, they would have 8 guys that scored points there in the first half of the basketball game, which is pretty common here for this team. They share the ball quite a bit and get a lot of guys involved most nights, pretty much every night, I should say. But Zach Nichols had 8 points, including a pair of threes in the second quarter. 3 points for Brenton Bell, early in the game. Brent Bell's his dad, but he knocked down a 3 in the first quarter. Then you had 4 points for Dom Fraley, 2 points for Bryson Buck off the bench, 3 points for Tyler Harrell, and then you had 3 guys in double digits there in the first half for the Model Blue Devils, and that would be 3 of the starters. You'd have 11 points for Bryson Bell. You would have 13 points for Bryson Denson. He made a pair of threes. And then the leading scorer tonight so far is Chaden Woodley. He's made 3 threes and racked up 14 points between the first and second quarters of the game. And of course, one thing worth noting is that Jacob Travis, the head coach of the Model Blue Devils, started subbing really early in the first quarter. So even though we have seen the starters at different points of the first half, they were not out there the entire time. So you got some of these younger guys in there getting in on it. And the point in bringing that up is one of the things that's helped this Model team be so successful throughout the course of the season is they've got some depth. So when you bring in all subs, they're still able to have success against most teams that they play against, and that certainly has been the case here tonight. So Model leads at 58-12 over Armuchee. We're going to take the opportunity here in just a couple of moments to take another break, but we do want to let you know what's coming up next for the Model Blue Devils teams. They've got games tomorrow, believe it or not, the third night of the week. And of course, they're going to have back-to-back nights of basketball. They're heading down to Lindale tomorrow. Girls will play Pepperell at 7, and then the boys will follow at 8:30. And then they won't have a game again until the following Friday. So a week from tomorrow, they'll get back in action on the road against the Temple Tigers at 6 and 7:30. And the next home games, the next opportunity to see the Blue Devils won't be until Tuesday, February the 10th against Darlington. And that'll be a big night inside Woodard Gymnasium. So get here early if you want to see that one, because it's going to be a packed house and it's going to be tough to get a seat. There is no doubt about that. 6 and 7:30 on Tuesday, February the 10th. Let's step out for 3 minutes. We'll come back for the start of the second half.
They call it Mo Day, a time of fanfare and pride, and another week with the neighborhood's best yard, because you drafted the MVP of all mowers. A comfortable seat and adjustable controls bring the battle to your turf, not your backside. Ride like the wind on your solid steel stallion and give the fans something to cheer about, because it's your day. It's Mo Day.
At Smith & Wood Wealth Management, we're proud to be part of the Rome community, where the same teamwork that wins on the court inspires our approach to financial planning and investment. Just like the Model High School Blue Devils and Lady Devils, success starts with a solid game plan. Like a trusted coach, we provide insight and guidance so you can pursue your financial goals with confidence. The Smith & Wood financial planning process centers on understanding your unique goals and creating strategies that balance enjoyment today with preparations for tomorrow's challenges. We would love to work with you to build a game plan for the season ahead. WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service.
Trip. Armuchee going to bring it back the other side of the floor, trailing Model 58-12. As we've just started your second half, we're going to have shortened third and fourth quarters, so there'll be 6-minute quarters here for the second half because of the mercy rule. Here is a shot off the side of the rim. Zach Nichols picks up the rebound. We'll give you a floor check here for everybody, let you know who's on the floor. None of the starters for Model are in the game currently, and I would highly doubt we'll see them much, if any, here in the second half of the ball game. Finley on to Hickman, now down low to Harrell, going to send it back out to Zach Nichols, who tries to bang it in off the glass, a little bit too strong there off the window, and we got a whistle and a foul. And so we've got 5 minutes left here of our third quarter. I don't think I mentioned this earlier. I mentioned the next several games on the schedule for Model to close out the regular season. We won't have coverage of the games tomorrow at Pepperell nor at Temple coming up next week. We'll be back in action with the live stream and the radio broadcast coming up on that Tuesday game against Darlington that we told you about. So we'll be looking forward to that, but we'll certainly be keeping up with the Model Blue Devils over the next week or so. Here's Justin Finley with it. And back to Zach Nichols, up top to Grady Hickman. Hickman with it around the perimeter, back around to Nichols. And I promised you a floor check, hadn't had a chance to do it. Here's Hickman, fires the three. That one goes across the rim. Finley tries to send it back with a rebound, but nobody was there. So right now on the floor for the Blue Devils, you have got Hickman, as we mentioned, Tyler Harrell, Justin Finley, Zach Nichols, and then also Matt Johnson is on the floor for the Model for the Armuchee Indians. Owen Buffington, also Owen Burke, who has the ball right now, puts it off the glass too strong, but he gets fouled. So we're going to see him go into the free throw line. So you've got, as I mentioned, Owen Buffington, Owen Burke on the floor, as well as Abdias Datis, Grayson Isham. And then there's one more I'll tell you in a second. Shot is up and through for Owen Burke. Who did I leave out here? Oh, he's checking out. That's Kel Hudson. Checking in for him is going to be Gio McFadden. So one more coming up here for Burke, and that one goes through as well. And so the score is going to move to 58-14 with 4 minutes and 6 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Nichols fires the three. It goes high off the rim and then goes and touches a couple of the cables attached to the mechanism contraption. Now Armuchee brings it back the other way. We're throwing combos at you tonight, folks. Bounce pass on the right wing side, going to drive in, trying to get it to Isham. Ball is batted out of bounds there by Zach Nichols. We are going to have some college hoops for you coming up on the radio on Saturday. I'm planning on going down to the game, but I keep seeing weather reports that may say otherwise. I hope not. I really want to go watch the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets get beat by the Tar Heels. I'm a glutton for punishment. What can I say? Of course, I thought they were going to get beat last time that I went to see them 2 years ago, and they ended up winning and shocked everybody, including the 7 Tar Heels fans that I was with. But nonetheless, here's Finley into the lane, off the glass, strong move, gets the finish. And Justin Finley has a 3-point opportunity here for the Model Blue Devils, with the Blue Devils up 60-14. So Justin Finley standing at the free throw line after a strong move to the bucket gets him the basket and the foul. So the junior stands at the line, fires the free throw shot, knocks it down, and we get ready for Armuchee to bring it up the other side of the floor. It's been a special night here tonight in the friendly confines of Woodard Gymnasium. The Model Lady Devils picked up a victory 58-42 over Armuchee here on senior night. And they had to recognize a lot of seniors tonight because they've got a pretty senior-laden group this year. Ball knocked free. They have got some really good young players too. Good balance on that team of the youth and experience. Here is Finley driving the baseline, puts up the little runner and scores once again. Finley now with 5 points. I love him here in the third quarter of the basketball game. And it looks like we're going to have another timeout. So I reckon we'll take one as well. 3:01 left to go in the third quarter. Model leads at 63-14. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
You look exhausted.
Dude, my to-do list got the best of me. I finally sharpened the blade, trimmed the yard, raked the leaves, and then I mowed.
Yeah, me too.
Get out. You're not even breaking a sweat.
I know. My grasshopper trimmed around the yard, power vacked the leaves, and then mowed. I did all of it without leaving my seat.
I gotta get a grasshopper.
Finish fall cleanup and be ready for winter with a Grasshopper mower.
Here we go again.
Welcome back in, everybody. Live coverage of basketball tonight on WLAQ and also the live stream produced by Northwest Georgia Media. Do want to recognize the sponsors involved in this broadcast tonight. On the video end, instant replay is brought to you by Smith & Wood Wealth Management. Also on the radio side, we're presented tonight by Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales. We'll talk about the other sponsors as we go along throughout the rest of the broadcast, but right now we're getting ready for some more action as Armuchee will inbound the ball. Bringing it up the floor is going to be Gio McFadden. He crosses the midcourt stripe, sends it to the near side over to Owen Burke. Burke between the circles, fires near side, going to work it inside. Nice feed right there from Datis, getting it over to Isham, who got the finish, and now the score moves to 63-16. Model with it back on the other end. Zach Nichols sends it right wing side, now back up top to Justin Finley. Finley with it, goes up top around a high screen. Gave it off to Buck, who gave it to the left wing side to Finley. Little runner from him. Doesn't get it to the rim, but he does draw the contact. We're going to see Justin Finley shooting more free throws. He converted a 3-point play earlier in the quarter. And so Model with an opportunity here with a couple of shots coming up from Finley. First one's on the way. That one's off the back of the iron. And he gets ready for a second free throw as Grady Hickman runs over to talk to Coach Travis a little bit in between shots. Talk a little strategy here as we resume. Here's the second shot. That one is through. So Justin Finley makes one of the parries, 2 of 3 from the stripe. And now Armuchee going to bring it up the floor. They're across the midcourt stripe, trying to work a high screen. They're going to send it to the far side over to Burke. Burke dribbling in front of the Armuchee bench is going to feed it to Datis, who tries to feed it across the lane and down the baseline, trying to get into the hands of McFadden. It goes out of bounds. I believe it was deflected, though, by Model, so it should stay in the hands of the Indians as they get ready to inbound from the baseline with 2:16 left to go in the third quarter. So we're almost down to the 2-minute mark of the third frame of this basketball game. Right now with the basketball is Gio McFadden dribbling up between the circles. He's going to leave it for Surratt, who's now got it, sends it right wing right back to McFadden, who works around a screen set by Isham. He'll back up, reset the offense here for Armuchee. They get it to Isham, spins around into the lane, and he gets fouled. So I think we're going to see, and we are, Isham at the free throw line here with a couple of shots for the Armuchee Indians with just under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Spins the ball in his hands, goes through his routine. That one's going to rattle out. And we get ready for another free throw attempt here for Isham. This is only his second trip to the line in the game. His first time up, he made one of the pair, and he's going to do the same here. Of course, this time he makes the second free throw. Last time up, he made the first one. Here's Justin Finley across the timeline, gives it to Hickman. Now on to Johnson. Johnson up top, trying to get it to Finley. Ball was poked free. Quite a battle ensues. Stolen away. Armuchee comes out with it, and they get it to the rim and through out of the hands of Datis, who got his fourth bucket of the game. He's got 8 points. Now Armuchee, or Model rather, with the basketball. Nichols works around the high screen, goes inside, and the ball is knocked out of bounds, deflected there by Armuchee. So we get ready for the Blue Devils to inbound the ball underneath their own basket from the baseline with 1:28 left to go in the third quarter. Surveying the floor right now is going to be Grady Hickman. He is going to find Justin Finley on the left wing side. He gets fouled immediately there by Gio McFadden. And so we'll get ready for Hickman to trigger it in motion once again here for the Blue Devils. He surveys the floor, trying to find the open man, finds Finley, faked the three, took 2 steps to his left, put up the shot, missed. Rebound picked up by Buck, ball knocked free. Armuchee comes out with it. Riker Surratt has got it. Now he gives it off to McFadden, who's across the timeline, fires it to the far side. Three-pointer on the way is going to be missed. The putback won't fall, and the rebound goes to Matt Johnson. He will box out, give it off to Zach Nichols, who's across the timeline, gives it right wing side, wide open three there for Grady Hickman, bounces high off the rim. Ball knocked loose after the long rebound, picked up by Justin Finley. Zach Nichols backs up, sets up the half-court offense here for the Model Blue Devils. Buck with it, going to send it right wing side. Three-point attempt for Nichols is through. Nichols has got 3 made threes in the basketball game. He's got 11 points in the game. Armuchee back across the midcourt stripe. Armuchee now with the basketball between the circles. Now they're going to work it towards the right wing side. Poke free. Coming out with it is Finley. He'll work one-on-one underneath with McFadden. Puts up a little runner, makes the shot. And Justin Finley is having an absolute whale of a third quarter. He's got 8 points in this quarter. 2 of them from the free throw line, and he's made 3 field goals. Doing a great job. 8 seconds on the clock. We're almost down to the final 6 minutes of the ball game. Shortened 6-minute quarters in the second half. Missed shot, rebound by Model, and that is the end of the third quarter. Model's going to lead it 69-19 when we resume to start the final quarter after a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Instant Replay is brought to you by Smith & Wood Wealth Management. We also thank Mathis Trailer and Equipment, Shannon Pharmacy, WC Timber, Snodgrass and Robinson Plastic Surgery Specialists, Advent Health Redmond, The Herb Shop on Broad, Dogwood Books, and Duffy's Deli. Please support the businesses that support us.
Tate Carney is set to send things in motion on offense here for the Armuchee Indians as we get ready for the final 6 minutes of basketball tonight inside Woodard Gymnasium. Model up 69-19, and there's the three attempt and good there for Gio McFadden. His first made field goal of the basketball game comes in the start of the fourth quarter. Right now, Model with the ball, working around the perimeter. They're going to go to the left wing side to Zach Nichols, who's had a hot hand a good portion of the night. Now back to Justin Finley. Up top, going to get it to Buck. Buck going to work it to the right wing side over to Finley. He will drive towards the lane. It's been all substitutions into the game here for Model in the second half of the ball game. We have not seen any of the starters here in the second half, and I kind of did not suspect that we would. Model's got another game coming up tomorrow. Both teams do. Inbound pass is going to go to Justin Finley on the left wing side. Now back up top to Nichols. He will give it off to Matt Johnson. Now right wing over to Hickman. Finley backs up, resets the half-court offense. Gives it over to Buck on a high screen. Now back around to Nichols, who starts to spin his way into the lane. Tries to get it to Buck. Lost it for a second. And now Johnson off of the glass gets his first bucket of the ball game. So Armuchee brings it back the other way with under 5 minutes to go in basketball here tonight. Ball stolen away. Justin Finley comes out with it, goes coast to coast and scoops it in. Justin Finley now in the game has got 10 points. Rowan Campbell to bring it across the midcourt stripe here for the Indians. Bounce pass, it goes off the rear end of Fernandez and into the hands of Johnson, who's able to lay it in here for the Blue Devils in transition. Now the score moves to 75-22. Armuchee Indians come back the other way. Firing it to the right wing side, dribbling in front of the Armuchee bench is Surratt. He's going to leave it off for a teammate. Now goes back out around the perimeter where he receives a pass, works his way inside, now kicks it out the left wing side. Great sequence for Armuchee on offense. Good ball movement, but they couldn't get the shot. Rebound by Model. Here comes Zach Nichols. Sends it right wing side. Now back up top to Hickman. There's Johnson. Now around to Nichols. It's fun right now watching this Model bench rid on the guys in the game here for the Blue Devils, feeding them a lot of energy and rooting these guys on. Whistle and a foul. We're going to see Bryson Buck going to the free throw line here for the Blue Devils, but not before Zach Nichols ties his shoe. And then we'll get ready to roll here. So Bryson Buck at the charity stripe. He's been there one other time in the game, and that goes off the side of the rim. Substitution into the game for Armuchee. That's going to be Abdias Datis Jr. in tonight's action. So on the floor for Model, you've got Grady Hickman, Matt Johnson, Bryson Buck, Justin Finley, and Zach Nichols for Armuchee. You got Datis, as I mentioned. Also just handling the ball was Tate Carney. Ball not free. You also have Gio McFadden, as well as Riker Surratt. And then you have Mickey Fernandez into the game, or Mikey. But right now, inbounding the ball here for the Indians is Carney. Blue Devils come out with it though. Johnson over to Nichols, over to Finley on the far side, back up top, gets it to Buck. Buck surveys the floor, is going to leave it off for Nichols. Now to the right wing, Finley's got it. Here's Hickman. Now a great ball movement. Nichols open three and in. Zach Nichols, who's had an absolutely awesome game tonight and has made 4 threes. Just buried that one. My goodness. So Nichols so far tonight has got 14 points. Armuchee with the basketball, trailing 78-22. Driving in, Surratt. He's going to knock the shot down and also go to the free throw line with a 3-point opportunity. Hope you'll tune in to WLAQ tomorrow morning for our local programming starting at 7 a.m. with my sister Elizabeth Davis and Good Morning Rome. And I'm not sure what all she's got lined up for tomorrow. That's off the front of the rim, but I know one of the features she has on Fridays is fire safety advice from folks from the Rome Floyd Fire Department, and that's always a fun segment. Here is a long 3-point shot that is in and out for Zach Nichols. He is dialed in tonight. That one went in and out. I thought that one was going to drop as well, but it did not. Of course, tomorrow on later this morning in Rome, that's right after Good Morning Rome that I was talking about from 9 to 10, I'll be joined by local attorney, local human rights attorney Joel Thornton. And Joel is known for a lot of things, and one of those things is ranting. So you can join him for his rant tomorrow morning from 9 to 10. I'm just going to turn the mic on and let him rip. I'm doing a lot of talking tonight. He's going to do all of it tomorrow. Shot is off the glass. Fernandez gets a bucket here late. 2:24 left to go in the ball game. We're going to have a really brief wrap-up show after this one, but we will run down the scoring. There's Hickman for three. Misses the shot. Rebound picked up by Buck. He'll back his way in. Tries to send it right back to Nichols. I think they want to get him another look. He drives to the low block. Feeds it out to Finley on the right wing. Drives in. Little runner for him. Misses the shot. Rebound is going to go to Carney. Now a ball loose on the floor. Diving for it was one of the Armuchee players. Momentarily came out with it, but Model got it right back, and Hickman bangs it in off the glass. Grady Hickman gets his first bucket of the ball game, and Model is up to an 80-26 point lead. Model came into the game averaging about 70 points a game, and they are 10 points over their average. Surratt with the basketball, dribbling, sends it up top, gets it over to Fernandez. Now they'll work it back around to the left wing side. Now going to try to work around a high screen. Now to the right wing, driving the baseline, goes off the leg of Hickman. It's going to stay on Armuchee's side of the floor. Hard to believe that we're about to conclude the month of January over the weekend. I mean, my goodness. February 1st is approaching this weekend. 31st is on Saturday. Here is a long three attempt there by Nichols. Missed the shot, got a long rebound though. And now we're almost down to the 1 minute mark of this one. Finley to the left wing side to Hickman, inside to Buck, spins around, shakes off the defender and scores. Bryson Buck with his second bucket of the game, and it's 82-26. We're officially under a minute to go. Armuchee with the basketball on the other end. They send it into the corner in the right wing side in front of the Armuchee bench. Now inside the Datis. And a whistle is going to be called against the Blue Devils. And that is going to put Armuchee on the baseline to inbound the basketball. Tate Kearney surveys the floor, trying to find the open man. Sends it to the right wing side, getting it over to Gio McFadden. Fires the shot, misses. He gets fouled. And so we're going to see McFadden go into the free throw line here with 40.8 seconds left on the clock in this ball game. McFadden so far in the game, he's got 4 points, knocked down a three earlier in the quarter. So he can add to his totals, and he does. He knocks down the first free throw and gets ready for his second of the pair and final free throw here of this trip to the stripe. And so one more coming up. He knocks it down, makes two in a row, and that's 6 points there for Mr. McFadden as we get ready for Model to work it back the other way. Johnson's got it. They work it around the perimeter. Blue Devils have it. Justin Finley on the left wing side. Now back up top to Johnson between the circles. To Hickman, now to the right wing side to Zach Nichols, 25 seconds. A little bit of a difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Nichols, thought about the three, had second thoughts. Now fires it back up top to Hickman, and it looks like the Blue Devils are going to eat clock all the way down to the end of the shot clock. There's Johnson, knocks it in with 4 seconds left on the shot clock for his third bucket of the game. And now 4 seconds on the clock. Armuchee will just dribble out the rest of the time, and the Model Blue Devils pick up an 84-28 victory over the Armuchee Indians and concludes our night of basketball. Let's send it back to the studio for a 3-minute timeout. We'll come back, run down the scoring real quick, and bid you adieu. It's been Model Basketball Night on WLAQ and Northwest Georgia Media's live stream. We're back to conclude our coverage after these messages.
Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today. WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service.
You look exhausted.
Dude, my to-do list got the best of me. I finally sharpened the blade, trimmed the yard, raked the leaves, and then I mowed.
Yeah, me too.
Get out. You're not even breaking a sweat.
I know. My grasshopper trimmed around the yard, power vac the leaves, and then mowed. I did all of it without leaving my seat.
I gotta get a grasshopper.
Finish fall cleanup and be ready for winter with a grasshopper mower.
Here we go again.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
We're gonna take care of you.
if you ever hear these sounds, or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
Well, the Model Blue Devils are victors tonight all the way around. For the varsity games, the boys team won 84-28 over Armuchee, and in the girls game it was a 58-42 victory here on senior night. So a big night for the seniors and the model teams in general. Let's run down the scoring real quick as we wind down quickly here our coverage. But Abdias Datis scored 8 points for Armuchee, 2 points for Mickey Fernandez, 2 points for Owen Burke, 2 apiece for Kel Hudson and Riker Surrett, 6 points apiece for Gio McFadden and Grayson Eastrom. And the leading scorer tonight, as I mentioned, for Armuchee was Abdias Datis, who had 8 points. Meanwhile, for the victorious Model Blue Devils, they would have 10 players that scored. And in addition to that, they would have 4 guys, 4 guys that got in double digits. Model knocked down 11 threes as a team, and here's how it break down individually. We will start with Grady Hickman, who had 2 points there in the fourth quarter of the ball game, 4 points for Dominic Fraley, 6 points for Matt Johnson, 4 for Bryson Buck, 3 for Tyler Harrell. And then you would have the players in double digits. And actually, I think I said it was 4. It was actually 5 guys in double digits. But we will start with Justin Finley, who had 10 points, all of them in the second half, 13 points for Bryson Denson, 11 points for Bryson Bell. And then you had 2 players who had 14 points. Chaden Woodley had 14 points, all in the first half, didn't play in the second half. And then Zach Nichols made 4 threes, had another bucket as well, and he would have 14 points as well. So the 2 leading scorers tonight, Zach Nichols and Chaden Woodley. And that's going to put a wrap on our coverage tonight. It's been a fun night. Hope you've enjoyed it. Model wins it 84-28, and that was before or after the girls won 58-42. Congratulations to Jacob Travis's Model Blue Devils, both teams, and that puts a wrap for our coverage tonight. And again, hope you enjoyed it. We're going to send it back to the studio. We got some Westwood One sports coming up for you, and we'll talk to you next time with WLAQ and Northwest Georgia Media. So long, everybody. Appreciate you.